I am Victor Elijah, and I'm a electrical technician and data science at Unicorn Group of Company. I welcome you all to this section. We'll be just taking us a little journey on knowing how to use fire extinguishers and to know fire extinguishers, personal protection equipment, and safety signs in office and workplace. Yes, and we will start first of all to know what makes a fire, because these things are things that we need to know, or what we are not being taught, probably in school. And some of us maybe notice to some of these things, and we don't know what causes fire and what can enhance the heat of fire. And then now we have what we call the fire triangle. And these three things are what makes fire, which is the heat, the oxygen, and fuel. And the heat is in the sense that what is causing the fire, maybe is it wood? What is the heat of it? And oxygen is, when there is air, the fire comes up, and the fuel is the equipment in it. So let's start with fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher is an active fire protection device used to extinguish or control small fires, often in emergency situation. It is not intended for the use on an out of control fire, such as one which has reached the ceiling or otherwise requires the expertise of a fire department. Typically, a fire extinguisher consists of handheld cylindrical pressure vessel containing an agent which can be discharged to extinguish a fire. As we go on, we'll get to know what is fire extinguisher, how it looks like, and the types of fire extinguishers. And there are different kinds of fire extinguisher. From the word extinguisher, you know that it's trying to say that something that extinguish fire, like separate or stop, that makes a difference. So yeah, when you hear the fire alarm, these are the things you need to do when you hear a fire alarm. Some of these things are situated in our office, or some of these measures are being enforced by fire service agency in order for safety of the people in the building. So there is always an alarm being in place in every building, or in every sector, or let me say in every offices, as long as you are being registered as a company. Some of these measures are being done by fire service agencies. So now we'll get to know, when you hear fire alarm, what do you do, especially at your workplace, or maybe at the place you find yourself at that particular moment. One, leave at once, taking direction from emergency warding. You take direction from those that are in charge of the emergency warding that are there. They will tell you where are the emergency exits. There is always an emergency exit in a building, which the fire safety agencies will always tell the people that is doing the building or the company to always create this space. Do not delay yourself by gathering personal items. Your safety always comes first. That is what you have to note, that your safety comes first before you start looking for your laptop, your phone, because I feel if you lose those things, as long as your life is still intact, you are safe, you can recover all of it. So your life is much more important than any other thing you are trying to save. Then before you open any door, feel the door with the back of your hand. Do you know the reason? To not to let you know if the door is hot, if it's heated, if fire is already there. The door is cold, slowly open it. That is what it's trying to say, to know if the door is also heated, that is if the fire has already affected it, so you don't burn your hand. So if there is no smoke in, the fourth one is, if there is no smoke in hallways or stairways, follow your building's evacuation plan. There's also a plan for evacuation of people in emergencies as this. I think some of us, when we go to banks, we see some of these things, or we go to malls, we see some of these things. Get out quickly using designated fire exits is more important. That when we go further, you get to see some of these signs. When you enter a building, you will know that these signs mean this is an emergency exit. So, and so when we continue, when you hear the fire alarm continued, I'm trying to continue from what I said earlier. Close doors behind you. However, do not lock the door. Locking the door hinders the fire department's search. So it's close doors behind you. However, do not lock it. Like, do not lock it with key. You can just close it so that once it's being pushed, it can be easily opened. Don't lock it with the key. That is what this particular place is trying to explain or let us know. The stairways will be your primary escape route. Never use elevators under any circumstances. If you can see, I have to highlight that particular place with a red color to tell you that it's very dangerous for you to use a lift, elevator, when you see fire, because the fire might also affect the function of the elevator and you will get stuck at the elevator, and the rest will become history unless you are blocking the someone or people or the fire safety agency team come sometime to deliver you from that place. So it's very important to use the staircase. Very, very much important. Don't use the elevator in terms of fire, no matter where. Even if it's in the mall, even if it's in your office, even if it's your home, don't use the elevator. Once in the stairway, proceed down to the first floor and out of the building. Never go up until the fire safety agencies or our people, or the fire is being subsided, like the fire incident is being shut down. That is the only way you can go. But since the fire is there, never go up saying that your phone or your laptop or your documents, those things can always be recovered. Even if it can't be recovered, with time it can be recovered. I know of that. So your life is first a priority before you talk of any other thing. So in the next slide, we'll come to know the multi-class rating of fire. Yeah, many extinguishers available today can be used on different types of fire and will be labeled with more than one designated, e.g. A, B, C, and the likes. So we'll do the A. You can see from the picture, from the image, what A means. This label shows that this extinguisher can be used on ordinary combustibles. Yeah, when we get to the types of fire extinguishers, you will get to know that as the kind of extinguisher that can be used for this A fire, this kind of first fire, which is kind of a wood, like kind of let me say, most times forest, which is or accompanying like timber that also includes of wood, and there are extinguishers for it. Not all fire extinguisher is used for this particular one. Then flammable liquid, the red throughout the label symbol tells you that this extinguisher cannot be used on electric fire. Yeah, so when you get to see the types of fire extinguisher, you know why the B extinguisher cannot be used for C, cannot be used for A. So, and the C is electric fire. So the advice that most fire extinguisher will function for less than 40 seconds. Just take note of this. You need to take note of this. There is classes of fire, which I just mentioned. There is class A, which is the ordinary combustible. Class B is flammable liquid, just like fuel, gas, kerosene. Then C is electrical equipment, just like maybe transformer, your electrical stove, all of those appliances at home is class C. So these are the types of fire extinguishers, and as we start, so that you know how to use it. This one is for class A. This fire extinguisher is used for class A, which is suitable for wood fires, furniture, and papers, not oil, petrol, cooking fats, etc. You have seen how it's been stated. It's water that is inside. The water inside is a cold one. It helps in cooling the fire. So not safe to use on fires involving electricities. Yeah, you get to see that. Extinguishes by cooling. You see, it's just to cool the fire, because what the firewood needs is water, something to cool it down due to the way it's been, or let me say, due to the things that is situated inside of it. Then the next one is powder extinguisher. This one is for the class B. Safe to use on any type of fire. Actually, you can use this one for the class A, you can use it for class B, because what is inside is, it works by chemically interfering with the combustion reaction. This one can be used for also the class A, that is for the wood, and it can also be used for electricity, because what is inside is powder. It helps to like cluster the fire, like hold the fire, not to be able to see oxygen. It's kind of carrying a carbon carbon oxide too in it, so that it won't be able to carry air. The fuel will not be able to go again. So this also the one that has the full carbon oxide in it. This one is just for safely use on any type of fire, also safe to use on fires involving electricity. This for class C. Also, you can use this for class C. Extinguishes by reducing oxygen levels and cooling. Also, I had experience with this, in the sense that when I was being trained with by the fire service agency, they were able to use this particular extinguisher to test it on my body. Like, they spray it on my clothes to show me how it works. So this extinguisher, once it's been poured out, what it do is like ice. Once it's poured on your clothes, it's like ice. It will just make that place block immediately. That is how it is. It's just like an ice. So you imagine a fire being coming out and you pour ice, something cold. You see that the fire will lose its strength. If some of us have watched this Mortal Kombat, there is one particular person that is fire, the other one is ice. So when they see two of them, so the fire cannot penetrate the ice. So that is how this one particularly works. I'm just using that example so that we understand how strong this particular extinguisher is to fire. Then this one is the foam extinguisher. This can be suitable for flammable liquids, petrol, solvents. This can be used for that also. That is why sometimes when you see people who doesn't have fire extinguisher in their home, they will tell them to mix water and foam, like water and detergents, to pour. Those are also ways of reducing fire also. And let me also say this, that it's also advisable that you have fire extinguisher in your cars and in your homes. It's very, 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 very advisable, so that you will be safe. Most fire disaster we have at home is because there wasn't any safety measures that were in place. So people just feel like nothing is going to happen. Yeah, as much as you have faith, you trust God, which I believe most of us do, but you need to take measures of some of these things by having them at home and having them in your cars. Not suitable for use on fires involving electricity to not work. Can you see that? See, something like this cannot work for electricity. Then extinguished by cooling and sealing the surface of a burning liquid. So 10 tips on how and when to use the fire extinguisher. Let's go through it and see how it is. You can see from the image how the person was carrying it. So now, one, most fires start small, except for explosions. Fires can usually be brought under control if they are attacked correctly with the right type and size of extinguisher within the first 2 minutes. That is one thing with fire. Why fire spread once it keeps getting contact with things that enhances it. Like once the fire touches another wire, it speaks from that wire to another one. That is why you see buildings that are connected to each other are easily burned, because the wood in the ceiling are being connected to each other. So it keeps getting contacts and it's seeing what gives it the energy to come to go higher, to increase its combustion. So a fire extinguisher should be listed and labeled, yes, by an independent testing laboratory. Make sure you can hold and operate the model you are using. These are tips on how you can use the fire extinguisher both at home, both at work, for your safety, and both within your environment, both in the car and the rest. The third is, before attempting to fight a small fire, be sure everyone is out of the area. Ensure someone has called the fire department. If the fire starts to spread or threatens your escape path, get out immediately for your safety. If you see that it's already affecting the path you can use to escape, I used to say it's already surrounding you, that you don't have any escape route, quickly take yourself out of the environment for your safety. Then the operator must know how to use the extinguisher quickly without taking time to read directions during an emergency. It's possible, it's necessary that you know how to use it first before, so that you don't wait for emergency. Like they say, you don't prepare in, I heard it say that you don't prepare in battle, you prepare ahead of battle. So you prepare yourself and equip yourself before the incident, so that you don't come that very day and start trying to understand how it works. Know how it works first before any emergency comes up. Now, 5, if you fight a fire, remember the word pass. Now, this fifth tips will help us to know how we can use the fire extinguisher. What to call it, according to the fire safety agencies, when I was going through the training, they said it's pass. Like when you are holding a fire extinguisher, you should have this acronym in your head: pass. That is PASS. That is to say, pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. As the teaching the section is going on, I will show us a little clip on how it's been done. But as for now, let's keep on how you can use it. The fifth one is pull the pin. There is always a pin that is holding it, so that you can press it anyhow and it will start spraying around. There is always a pin that is being put at the head of the extinguisher to not allow it to be pouring out anytime it's being pressed. So the pin, some extinguishers require releasing a lock, large clotted motion. Aim, low pointing the extinguisher nozzle at the base of the fire. That is aim. You aim where the fire is coming from, like the roots, not like the flame that is going up. you aim it at the bottom. Maybe if it's a firewood, you aim it at that firewood, not at the top. Then 7, we do what is called squeeze, which is when you press you can see from the picture how squeeze is. There's something you have to press it for it to pull out, for it to come out from it. The handle, this releases the extinguishing agent inside. Then sweep from side to side at the base. Like at the base, which I've mentioned is at the base, not at the up, at the base, like where the fire is happening. If it's at the ceiling, aim at the wood or aim at what is causing the fire to more flammable, to keep raising up. So aim at that particular object. That is what it means. So this is I'm going to play us this video on to see how this fire extinguisher is. Okay, we can see how it's been done from the video. You see how it was squeezed, the pin was removed, the aim was done, the squeezing was done, and the spray was done. You see, that was how the fire was put out. Now, other firefighting equipment for fire safety signs, because we also talk about it, gets no sign. There's always a fire alarm point, like a switch, where you press the alarm once you notice a fire in a particular place. So you alarm the people within the building to start finding safety, because it is always, and note, if there is no fire incident, don't press the fire alarm. I don't, in country that works, I don't know for Nigeria, but countries that work, it's kind of been something that you will be charged when you particularly press the fire alarm without a fire. It's going to be a charge on anybody that do that. So for other fire, when you go to hospitals, when you go to big malls, you will see this fire or big buildings. You see this fire hose at one extreme end of the building. This fire hose is not anything gas. What is coming out of it is water. Once you press it, water starts coming out, and the way the water comes out is different from how it normally comes out. Once you draw the hose and open the tap, the water comes out in a kind of force and a way of spray, like it sprinkles. It doesn't go one direction. So that is why you see some of these things in the hospital, in the mall, because they know that there is a big environment, especially when you have big buildings. You must have this in your building. It's the standard for fire service. They always put that in place. They must check it. Remember, your safety comes first. When in doubt, leave the firefighting to the professionals. That is what I needed to know. Don't say you must do it. Fire is not a friend to anyone. So, and there's nobody that fire cannot burn. So leave it to those who are professional in it, who are well trained, when you know you cannot overpower it. Now we are going to the safety signs. These safety signs will let us know on whether is this place safe or not, or what is this sign trying to say. What do they mean by this safety sign? What does it really entail when you see those signs? Now, when you see something like this, blue, the shoe, it's telling you that you must wear a shoe into that particular place, just like an office workspace, a construction company. When you go to that particular department or area, you will see sign like this. They are telling you that you must wear a boot to enter there for your safety. That is just it. For your own safety, you must wear a boot to enter there. Then when you see something like this, is the green and white cross is a safety information. It's a safety information. It's telling you that this place is safe. Is safe. That there is not no harm. Is safe for you. Then when you see this red and white and you see a cancel on it, it's something that you must not do. It's telling you just like what the sign is saying. It's something as if no smoking. Maybe it is a gas station, or maybe there is gas storage around that place, so you can't smoke there because it will trigger a fire. So, or there is fuel or maybe diesel, something going on around that place. So they advise you not to smoke there. That is a sign for you not to do it. It's a must. Then when you see a yellow and a black, like a sign like this, it's telling you there is a warning ahead, or there is something going on, like they are trying to take some measures on something. You just need to be careful, or you just need to avoid that particular place for that particular time. It's just a warning to let you know that something bad or there is hazardous something ahead, so that when you are going there, you be conscious or take precautionary measures when you are heading there. Then this also are other signs: not allow or must not. Not allow or must not. And the other one is a sign is no smoking. When you see signs like this, then this other one is telling you flammable substance. When you see a sign like this, it's telling you that that particular stuff is flammable, so you should be aware. Then when you see something like this again, it's warning you that it's a laser beam. These are warnings that you need to know when you see them, so that you don't do what is not required over that particular place. Then beware electricity. When you see a sign like this, it's telling you that electricity, like you can be shocked, like fire, electric tension, like lights is passing through that place and it's dangerous. Then when you see a sign as this too, it's toxic, it's very dangerous. Don't go further. And when you see something sign like this, it's telling you that it's explosive. So be conscious, be careful. Those are the signs. Then when you see this one, most of us see it in most offices more, and you see they write fire exits. Those are the places. Those, when I was talking earlier, that I told you that when you see, there would always a place that is meant for emergency exits. These are the sign you see. They will put it there, fire exits. Usually when there is an emergency, they used to allow people to go through there. So this also, you can be a first aid kit. A first aid kit. So these are also the signs you need to know. Then when you come to this, is something you must wear, overall, must. When you see this sign, it's telling you that you must wear an overall for your safety. And you see this too, it's a must that you wear a glove for your own safety too. When you see this, it's a must that you wear a ear defenders in the such that maybe an headset for your own safety.